Well, welcome back to another video. This will be an interesting day today. So as you can see, it's just raining right now. Not too heavy rain, but rain nonetheless. So but it'll be interesting because it said there'll be like 15-mile-an-hour winds. So I've got the I've got the mainsail rigged up, ready to go. I don't think I'll do the jib today, but next weekend it's supposed to be like in the low 60s and sunny, so you already know that we're going to be out here again next weekend. But yeah, the tide is currently going down right now, and we're literally just getting flushed down the river. Like, I'm going 5 miles an hour right now, and I hardly have any throttle on the motor. So that's really good. It's really nice for gas. And I've also kind of learned that, like, when there's heavy rain and stuff, this river just flows like crazy because all the storm drains just lead into this river. So yeah, we're getting flushed down at a pretty good clip right now. Coming back will be interesting. So, but right now, hardly have any throttle on that motor, and we're just absolutely cruising. So yeah, this should be an interesting day. Kind of excited to see what happens here. Look at this. You can see the current just absolutely pushing against this boat here, this barge. And yeah, this is pretty crazy. Wow, yeah. Wicked currents right now. Hopefully they'll let up later when we're coming up this river, but the tide will be coming in as well, so it should help a little bit. Gotta watch out for like sticks and stuff too. A lot of debris that comes from way upstream flushes down here as well, so oftentimes when there's a lot of rain and the rivers fill up, there'll be a lot of logs, floating deadheads, sticks, even some garbage like plastic bottles and stuff. So you just got to be mindful of this as you're cruising down, always keep an eye on what's ahead of you. So, but yeah, so this rain gear that I have, I want to talk about this rain gear is really good. I've got my rain boots on, so we shouldn't get wet at all. That's the goal, except my hands are gonna get wet because I don't have like rain gloves or anything, but everything else will stay dry. So this is like a really good test of this rain gear. Also, I don't know if like wet sails are bad for performance or something. I wouldn't think they'd be, but oh, there's a big log right there. That could damage a propeller for sure. Yeah. Well, even from here in the river, you can kind of tell, you can get a little glimpse that there is wind out there. You can see as we get closer to Puget Sound, there's a little bit more ripples in the water. By the way, because of all this rain too, you see how green and nasty this water is? This water is absolutely sick. It's so gross. I'm just glad I'm not swimming in it, so yeah. But yeah, we can see the ripples. That's a good sign. That means we might get some wind. Might get some good use today. Oh, by the way, also another thing that I found last weekend when I was making that video, my dad was here. I discovered a little tear in the mainsail. It's probably not something I can see here. I think it's like more up on the sail, but there's a little tear in it. So I'm gonna have to figure out that and get that patched up. Also, this little clip here is kind of like really loose. Let me make sure I'm steering properly. But this clip here is really loose. As you can see, it's kind of broken, and I have to manually apply pressure like this, pushing this down in order to prevent this the rope from going through. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be like this, where it's locked in. See that? And then over here, this one doesn't even move. So that's also something that I have to repair, because that is that could fail at the worst time, and it will fail at the worst time. So it should be pretty easy. I think there's some nuts under here. Yeah, 2 nuts. Remove that, take it to somewhere and see if they have a replacement for that. So pretty easy. I'll do that next month, which is coming up soon. But close the hatch there. Got some rain going down there. But yeah, check out that floater. Like a whole tree was swept up way upstream, finally making it out down to Puget Sound. Wow. And the rain kind of stopped. I think it might be like drizzling now. So hopefully the weather can hold. I can see a little bit of blue off over there, so maybe the weather will hold, question mark? We shall see, of course, but got the sail up, and I'm actually curious to see what the wind speed is. So I've got my little wind gauge, which I've featured on this channel. Let's see. So you just kind of open it up. There's a little fan. Point it into the wind. Power it on. The wind's coming from around over here, so there we go. About 4 knots of wind. It's kind of changing direction on me. Yeah, so about 4 knots of wind or so right now, which can't complain about that. Debating on putting the jib up, but the reason I didn't is because I didn't really want it to get wet, because once I store it, it's shoved in a bag downstairs, whereas the mainsail is outside where it can dry. That's kind of the main reason I didn't do it. But also, I wonder if we can see the tear. You might be able to see it. It's like right in that area. There's a small tear that will likely form into a bigger one if I don't take care of it, so I'll have to figure that out. But can't complain. Cannot complain. life is so much better when you're on the water. That's what they all say, so, and I've come to believe it. I wonder if we get away from this land shadow, if the wind will pick up speed. Because it is coming from the southwest, so we've got a big land shadow here that's blocking it. And a way you can kind of tell is if off in the distance you can see some bigger waves, then there's more wind out there. I don't see it from here. I should go find my binoculars and see if I can get out there, search for it. But oh, also I'll put up I put up these bumpers, but I'm gonna put up those two fenders, bumpers, whatever you want to call it. I just wanted to get the sail set up. I'll leave that here. Gotta kind of do this quick when you're by yourself so you don't veer too much off course. Let's put that one, lock that into the stay wire. Now we've got to go back to the tiller because we are going off course. Steer back into course here. There we go. And now I'm gonna try to get to that other side over there. See if we can do it. All right, we got a big, huge boat here. So I'd like to stay a little bit away from that guy. Wind is picking up speed just a little bit. All right. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, let's go, let's go. We're veering off course again. There we go. All right, we did it. I had a couple comments in previous videos saying, oh, you should lift off your fenders. So, wind is picking up a little bit. I extended the boom out a little bit more. So now we're catching more of that southwesterly wind. The rain has come back. It's kind of sprinkling, drizzling right now. But we are like caught up in a land shadow, I think. Which is why I kind of wanted to venture out a little bit more outside of Elliott Bay a little bit. And see what that will entail. What we could get from that. So, let's see. So the wind is kind of like blowing and then slowing down. At least it's not stopping completely. But I wanted to say this because I kind of thought about this as I was, just sitting here sailing. I've been watching some sailing YouTubers recently, and this one guy that traveled from, well, he was doing the Bahamas, or excuse me, he was doing the Florida Keys. He did a sailing trip from somewhere off the coast of Africa to Jamaica, and then he did one from LA to Hawaii. I forget his name. Let me get his name really quick. Sam Holmes Sailing, that's what it is. Y'all should check that guy out. He's really cool. That's what I want to be doing. What that guy does is what I want to do. Like, that's my dream. Just sailing around the world and all that kind of stuff. And, just a young chap, but I'm trying to improve my skills in order to get to that state, because you need a lot of skills in order to sail for that long. When you're out for like 20 days, stuff goes wrong. Like, you could get a leak in your boat. What do? Your sail could get torn. Do you have the right equipment? to repair the sail. You know, there's so many things that could go wrong, and like I'm not really like good at doing that kind of stuff yet, like fixing that up, that kind of stuff. So I need to improve my skills. You saw when I repaired the motor, I've never done that before, so I'm trying to like get better at this kind of thing, because I would like to take this channel to that point where I can sail around the world, sail cool areas throughout this world, and that's my dream. That's where I want to take this. But where I was going with that is he was doing a trick, and I think it would be cool on this, but like creating a system where I can keep the tiller stationary, like keep it locked into place, and that way I can go up to the bow without this tiller veering off course and me having to quickly come back down here and course correct. And I was thinking of like, because what he was doing, he had like a line tied to a cleat wrapped around the tiller and then tied to a cleat on this side, and had zero slack in the line, and it just kept full tension on this and locked it straight into place. I should try that. I think I might try that today. I've got some extra line under here, so I might try to jerry rig up some kind of system so I can figure out how to keep this tiller stationary, and that way I can go up to the bow and stuff, and I don't have to worry about quickly coming down here to course correct. Look, we even have some floaters out here, some logs and stuff from other rivers that have been coming and flushing everything into Puget Sound. Oh, there's one right there. Yo, maybe we should be standing up and... Oh crap, there's a whole bunch of them. Okay, holy. Do y'all see all this mess? I'm so glad that I stood up right there, because that could have been bad. Yikes. It looks like the tide is keeping everything right in this little area. My goodness. Well, good thing my motor is not down, but I don't want one of these really scuffing up my hull either. So see a little spot right here where there's no logs, so we'll go through here. But yeah, I'm thinking I've got a couple hours here before I have to go back into port, into the marina, so might try to take advantage of that time and see what we can come up with in terms of making this sailing experience better. Look at all that crap there. My goodness. Wow. I'm so glad I stood up and noticed all this crap. So I would have, my course was right through that. That's where my course was at. Okay, so maybe we'll keep just going this way a little bit longer and power through all this crap. Holy Jesus, that's crazy. But I'm living the dream right now, man. But we've got more dreams to come. Like this is just the start. This is the start of my life, really. Like I'm still really like really young, but I've got a lot to learn out here on the water, so. But yeah, it's kind of what's going on now in my head. Oh, look at that. We've got a ferry boat heading in this direction. They're probably gonna cut through here, so I think I'll be out of their way by the time they get here. So, yeah. Big old gust of wind. Got a ferry boat here, so I kind of adjusted my course slightly, but I'll probably fix it up once we get this guy passes us. Going like 7 knots, I would say. Gotta pull up my speedometer, but I think we're probably going somewhere around there. I might pull this in a little bit, see what that does. Might have to actually push this in more, I think. Current wind speed about 8 knots or so. And we're going about 4 knots right now. Best days I've had so far on Puget Sound, I would say. Not too violent, but just enough to get some good speed and to see what this is like. So absolutely perfect out right now. Man, when I was a kid, I used to just love looking at the water, like the way that the water moves while the boat is moving, and I was like obsessed with that when I was a kid. I don't know why, but I still kind of really like to look at water when even as an adult. So yeah, we've kind of left Elliott Bay. We're heading out more into the main channel, and that is I forget the name of that point there. I forget that name, but on the other side of that is Shill Shoal Marina and the entrance to the ship canal, Ballard Locks and the ship canal. So just south of that. Got the luff and that moving around. Surprised nothing downstairs is falling off the table or anything. There's our degree that we're leaning. Apologies about that. We're about 10 degrees or so. Leaning at a good clip. Put it in channel for once. Every time I come out here, I feel like there's no wind, or it dies down or something. But now, is this beautiful water? And we just have the mainsail up. I don't even have the jib right now. It's moving at about 5 knots. Right now it's 11 o'clock, and at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. is when I want to start heading up the river, so I got 2 hours left of sailing. So we are making the most of our time out here. Because this weekend I'm actually going on a camping trip, so today, Friday, is like the only day I can come out here this week. Not ask for a much better day. My goodness, this is the most, whatever the wind speed right now is the perfect speed for this boat. Not too much and not enough. It's just perfect. Oh my goodness, I couldn't ask for a much better day. A seat here for a moment. Looks like some nasty rain clouds are off in the distance and the wind is blowing this way. So those are coming over here. That'll be interesting. I think we're gonna get pelted with rain in about 15 minutes or so. But for the meantime, we are rain free, and I'm all geared up for the rain. I'm not afraid of the rain, so bring it on, bring it on. I think we're actually gonna be able to make it all the way to Bainbridge Island. The speed that we're going, yeah, for sure. So we've got some, I can already feel the rain, or a little bit of the drizzle, and I think it's kind of bringing some more wind. So I see some white caps out there, so who knows what that will end up as, but in a little bit we're going to be heading back towards Elliott Bay anyways, because we've almost hit the island over here. So probably in like 4 or 5 minutes I'll start heading back towards the Seattle area over there. Alright, we just adjusted our course. We're heading back towards Elliott Bay, Seattle area. It's kind of weird. We've got some heavy winds. I'm really glad that I only have the mainsail up, because the jib would have been way too much for this weather. We're just cruising right now. Cruising back. See some of these white caps that have started forming here. Wow, yeah, that storm really blowing a lot of waves through here. My goodness. But nothing that this boat can't handle. quite a bit. And I'm enjoying this, that's for sure. Let's put that back down there. Gotta stay careful though, these waves have definitely picked up a little bit. Oh, got some waves, some spray that's come over the boat. Probably like 2 feet right now. My goodness, this is now if only it was sunny and 80 degrees, then this would be absolutely perfect. But you can't get everything. So we got some stuff fell, like my wallet, my keys. That bucket almost wants to tip over up on the bed there. But it hasn't quite yet. Can't complain. Get up on this side right here. We're definitely leaning like 10 degrees right now. And I still have to watch out for and stuff. We're making our way back to Elliott Bay, and then once we get into Elliott Bay, I'll consider if I want to sail for a little bit. There's a couple pieces of foam or something. I'm trying to set up a camera angle on this bar here, but I can't get it there because once I leave the tiller, the boat immediately wants to start heading starboard. So that's why I want to have a GoPro that's like attached to this stay wire that's just pointing the camera back at me, and then another one pointing forward. I've got to figure out how to get that working because I think that would be pretty cool. But let me shut off this radio that I've been listening to. But I think that'd be pretty cool. I've got to figure out how I want to do some more camera stuff. I'd maybe consider having one back here, like attached to that stay wire. Drones, you know, there's really a lot that I can do. So, but I think it's let's see what time it is right now. It is 11:51, so I've got another hour or so, and we're already almost back in Elliott Bay right now. So I might just hang around this area, and then maybe at like 12:30 I'll put the sails down and then start heading back to the marina. So this was such a successful day. My goodness, I'm so happy that I came out today. So happy. Alright, I'm gonna listen to some more music. Well, we kind of arrived in Elliott Bay, and the wind has died down a little bit because of this land shadow that we're in right now. But yeah, I think once we reach the mouth of the river, then I'm gonna put the sail down, drop the motor into the water, and then start heading back to the marina. This was a really, really good day. I think I've mentioned that several times today, but yeah, I'm just I'm pleased with how this all went. But now we're just gonna journey our way back to yeah, the mouth of the river and head up to the marina. So yeah. All right, well, I just got back to the dock. Man, it really started coming down when I was just coming into the marina. But I'm just eating some spicy sardines. There's like a spicy stuff in there. I started like shaking like this. Yep, my protein is low, or my salt is low, or whatever that means. So I'm just gonna eat really quick. I still have to put away the mainsail and get that figured out. But yeah, it was a fun day. It's so humid in there. Look at this. I don't know if you can see that. 87% humidity. Almost 51 degrees out in this cabin. So it's really humid. Really humid. But I'm gonna finish this and then put that sail away and then get out of here. Took on a little bit of water. It all went down into the keel area, but let me show you guys how this pump works. So as I put this end into the water, and then as I do this, it'll pump out the water into the bucket. This is like basically my bilge pump, because I don't actually have one on board. So I just go around and do this in spots that I might have gotten water. This over here. Got a little more over here. And that's about it. The rest of this can be just towel dried. Then I kind of knock this back. But we actually took on a decent amount of water. Let me show you. So that's how much water we took on. A decent amount, but nothing that a little manual pump can't do. So yeah, I do that, and I got the sail all prepared. I plugged into power so I can run my air dryer, and it's already starting to get warm, and that can kind of take the mildew down. That's what I do when I leave the boat at the dock. So yeah, I swear this boat gets so dirty. Look at all this. Like, this was just cleaned recently, and now all this dirt has come back, and hair, and I don't know. It's weird. Weird why that came back. Well, the rain started to come down. So, well, I think I'm gonna end the video here anyways. Yeah, that was a really fun day. Perfect wind out there, not too much where it was like kind of scary, but just enough to where I could have actually some fun with it, you know. But that'll do it for this video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.